Stop. Before you watch this video, I want you to answer one question. What's the last thing you got for free? A free trial? A free sample? Free shipping? A free app? Now, here's the question that almost nobody asks. Was it really free? Every single day, millions of people proudly say, "I saved money." But what if they actually spent more? Here's something fascinating. The world's biggest companies don't make billions because people love spending money. They make billions because they understand how the human brain makes decisions. And no word influences those decisions more than free. It feels harmless. It feels like a reward. It feels like you're winning. But behavioral economics has shown that the moment something becomes free, our brain often stops evaluating it the same way. Logic becomes quieter. Emotion becomes louder. In this documentary, you'll discover why free samples increase sales, why free shipping makes people buy things they never planned to buy, why free trials quietly become monthly subscriptions, and why some of the world's most valuable companies give away their products without charging you a single dollar. Because sometimes the most expensive purchase you'll ever make starts with the word free. Let's uncover the psychology behind the world's most powerful marketing strategy.
Imagine walking into a supermarket. You don't need anything. You're only there to look around. Then, someone offers you a free sample. Suddenly, you stop. Not because you're hungry, not because you plan to buy it, but because your brain reacts differently to one simple word: free. Behavioral economists call this the zero price effect. Research suggests that when the price of an item drops to zero, people often value it far more than logic would predict. That's why many people choose a free item, even when a better option is available for just a small price. Because the brain doesn't process free as just another discount. It processes it as no risk. And when risk disappears, our decision-making changes. For a brief moment, we stop asking, "Do I actually need this?" Instead, we ask, "Why not? It's free." That single thought is powerful. Because most buying decisions aren't driven by need. They're driven by emotion. The truth is, companies aren't trying to make you love the free product. They're trying to make you take the first step. Because once you've accepted something, your brain becomes far more open to accepting the next offer. And that's exactly where the real strategy begins. In the next chapter, we'll uncover why businesses happily give things away for free. Because they know one small gift can lead to something far more valuable.
Here's something that might surprise you. Businesses don't give things away because they're losing money. They give things away because they know what usually happens next. Imagine someone hands you a free coffee or a free gift. Most people immediately feel grateful. That feeling isn't random. Psychologists call it the reciprocity principle. When someone gives us something, our brain naturally feels a subtle urge to give something back. Not because we're forced to, but because fairness is deeply wired into human behavior. That's why supermarkets offer free food samples, why cosmetic brands hand out free testers, why software companies offer free tools. The free item isn't the final product. It's the beginning of a relationship. In fact, studies in consumer psychology have found that receiving even a small, unexpected gift can increase a person's willingness to make a purchase afterward. The gift changes how you feel about the brand. It creates trust before it creates a sale. And that's exactly what successful companies understand. They don't ask, "How do we sell first?" They ask, "How do we create value first?" Because once trust exists, buying becomes much easier. The free gift wasn't the profit, it was the investment. And in the next chapter, we'll expose one of the smartest marketing tricks ever created. Why people spend an extra $30 just to avoid paying $5 for shipping.
Let's play a simple game. Your shopping cart totals $45. The website tells you, spend just $5 more to unlock free shipping. Without thinking, you start searching for something, anything to reach that limit. A phone charger, a notebook, a pair of socks. Suddenly, your total becomes $58. You walked in to spend $45, but left spending $58, just to avoid paying $5. Why does that happen? Behavioral economists explain this through loss aversion. Research suggests that people feel the pain of losing money more strongly than the pleasure of gaining the same amount. To your brain, paying for shipping feels like a loss. Buying another product feels like a win, even when it costs you more. That's why free shipping thresholds are carefully calculated. They're rarely random. Retailers analyze customer behavior to find the exact spending point where people are most likely to add extra items to their cart. They aren't encouraging you to save money. They're encouraging you to increase your order value. The smartest shoppers don't ask, how can I get free shipping? They ask, would I still buy this item if shipping were already free? That one question can stop countless unnecessary purchases. Because sometimes the most expensive delivery fee is the one you never actually paid. And in the next chapter, we'll uncover why free trials quietly turn millions of people into paying subscribers without them even noticing.
Have you ever signed up for a free trial, telling yourself, I'll cancel it before they charge me? Then, 1 month later, you check your bank account and realize you've been paying for something you barely use. The surprising part isn't that you forgot, it's that the company expected you to. Free trials aren't designed to make money on day one. They're designed to change your habits. The more you use a product, the more normal it begins to feel. Psychologists call this the status quo bias. Research shows that people naturally prefer keeping things the way they already are, even when changing them is simple. That's why many services enable automatic renewal by default, because doing nothing is often easier than taking action. After a few weeks, the app, the music, the movies, or the software quietly becomes part of your daily routine. And once something feels like part of your life, canceling it starts to feel like losing something. Notice what happened. The company didn't convince you with pressure, it convinced you with time. The free trial wasn't selling the product, it was selling the habit. And habits are far more valuable than advertisements. Before starting any free trial, ask yourself one simple question. If this started charging me tomorrow, would I still happily pay for it? If the answer is no, it's probably not something you truly need. And in the next chapter, we'll discover why giving something away for free is one of the fastest ways to build trust, and why the world's smartest businesses use this strategy every single day.
Think about the last time you downloaded a free ebook, watched a free tutorial, or used a free online tool. Before you spent a single dollar, you probably started trusting the person or company behind it. That isn't a coincidence. It's psychology. Trust isn't created the moment someone buys from you. Trust is created the moment someone receives real value. Psychologists describe a phenomenon called the mere exposure effect. The more often people have positive experiences with a person or brand, the more familiar and trustworthy it begins to feel. That's why successful businesses rarely start by asking for your money. They start by solving a problem. Free guides, free webinars, free consultations, free educational videos. They're not simply acts of generosity. They're demonstrations of expertise. Because when someone teaches you something valuable, your brain naturally begins to see them as an authority. And people don't usually buy from strangers. They buy from people they trust. That's why content marketing has become one of the most powerful business strategies in the world. The goal isn't to make an immediate sale. The goal is to earn your confidence first. But here's where the line becomes important. Ethical businesses use free to educate and create genuine value. Manipulative businesses use free only to capture your attention,
before pressuring you into unnecessary purchases. The word free isn't good or bad. It's the intention behind it that matters. And in the next chapter, you'll discover the biggest hidden cost of free products. Because sometimes, you're not paying with money at all. You're paying with something even more valuable.
Have you ever wondered how some of the world's biggest companies offer their products completely free and still become worth billions of dollars? Think about social media, search engines, email services, free mobile apps. You don't pay to use them, yet they generate enormous amounts of revenue every year. So where does the money come from? The answer is simple. Sometimes you are not the customer. Your attention is. Every second you spend scrolling, every video you watch, every click you make creates valuable information. Companies analyze patterns like what you search for, what you watch, what you skip, and what interests you most. That information helps personalize recommendations and advertising. The longer you stay, the more valuable your attention becomes. This is why many platforms aren't competing only for your money. They're competing for your time, because time eventually becomes profit. There's an old saying in the tech industry: if you're not paying for the product, you should ask what the real product is. That doesn't mean free services are bad. Many of them provide incredible value. But understanding how they're funded helps you use them more intentionally. The smartest people don't avoid free products. They simply understand the business model behind them. Because once you understand what a company is really selling, its strategies become much easier to recognize. And in the next chapter, we'll discover how to protect yourself from these psychological tricks and make smarter financial decisions every single day.
By now, you've probably realized something important. The goal isn't to avoid everything that's free. The goal is to understand why it's being offered. Because awareness changes everything. The moment you recognize a psychological trigger, it begins to lose its power over you. So before accepting anything that's free, pause for just a moment. Ask yourself one simple question. Would I still want this if it weren't free? That one question forces your brain to focus on value instead of price. Another powerful habit is to create distance between emotion and action. Research in consumer behavior suggests that delaying a decision, even for a few minutes, can reduce impulse purchases. Because emotions fade, logic doesn't. People who build wealth rarely buy things because they're free. They buy things because they solve a real problem. They don't chase offers. They chase value. Remember, every free offer is designed to get your attention. But your attention is something you control. The companies that influence millions of people understand one simple truth. If they can control your attention, they can often influence your decisions. That's why the greatest financial skill isn't finding more free offers. It's knowing which ones to ignore. Because real financial freedom doesn't come from collecting free things. It comes from making intentional decisions. And in the final chapter, we'll bring everything together with one powerful lesson that can completely change the way you think about free, money, and marketing forever. Throughout this documentary, we've uncovered something most people never notice. The word free isn't dangerous. It's one of the most powerful psychological triggers ever discovered. By itself, it's just a word. The real power comes from how your brain reacts to it. Free samples, free shipping, free trials, free apps, they all follow the same principle. First, they capture your attention. Then, they influence your behavior. And finally, they hope your habits become their profit. But here's the good news. The moment you understand the psychology, the strategy begins to lose its power. Because awareness